Hello, hello. Give me a second, guys. Just starting up. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, Darth. Hi, John Zombie. Hi, Matthew. Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a nice day. We're not gonna do anything. We're gonna get straight to it. So... just go offline on Steam. So, okay, let me close Steam so it's not a distraction. Right. So what does subbing get you? I haven't seen how they do it here. You get a pop-up, but right now my pop-up is actually closed. So I have this software called Stream Warrior, the one that's just popped up right now. And so when you sub, this is what you'll get for subbing. 1 second. So, yeah, if you sub, that's what you'll get. Okay. And if you mean what you get for sponsoring, that's a different story. With sponsoring, you'll get a badge next to your name every time you type a message. You will be allowed to come along to the sponsor live streams on the Friday in terms of playing games, because at the moment we're playing Rocket League every Friday, so you can take part in that if you want to. And I'm going to be doing giveaway for sponsors as well. The first giveaway is going to be on Christmas Day, and you don't have to be there for the giveaway. I'm just going to choose one or two sponsors, and they're just going to win a prize. And I'm also setting up a website, so mithrie.com, so that we can have a place for, you know, the sponsors to hang out and stuff. So dungeon run is tiring, I can imagine. But anyway, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to record that new side quest storylines, whatever it's called. Yep, ooh, giveaways. Oh, by the way, Gold to Black, thank you for sponsoring. Welcome to the sponsors. Thank you very much, appreciate that. So, yeah, so I'm going to do the new quest line. I'm going to get that done. Then I'm going to check out the new relic quest, and we'll see how far we get. I don't think I'm going to get very far in the next 4 or 5 hours, but at least I'll start it, get the ball rolling. And I have read and heard that the last step... Matthew Providence, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the live stream. I have heard, aka, that the last step of the relic quest involves like 800 Alex runs and maybe doing other things and so on, but when I get there, I get there, you know what I mean? It's like doing the farming 2000 lights for relic for the Zeta wasn't exactly easy either, but I still managed to get it done. But I'm not going to be one of these people who will sort of race and get it done in the next 2 days, you know, then have nothing to do ever again. Like, I will take my time. Are you exchanging the Zeta? Not really, no. Do you get 100% of the money from the sponsor? It seems like I do. Like, looking at the statistics, as I can look at the analytics on Google, how much money I've earned, and it looks like I do get 100%. So, yeah. Otherwise, because basically it's such a small amount. Like, was it like $4 or £3 or whatever? If Google took half, then what's the point, you know what I mean? But yeah. Got it, man. Your content is informative and fun to watch. You made me a lifetime fan. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You support me on Patreon as well, don't you? It's like, I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, and if the sponsorship's not available in your country, then you could always just support me on Patreon. I've done an equivalent thing. So you'll have access to all of the updates that you get on here. Because I know it doesn't get rid of commercials. No, it doesn't. But to be honest, these days, I barely play them. I really barely play them. So I used to before play them more often, but like in the last maybe 4 or 5 live streams, I hit the play ad button maybe at the very, very end of the stream, barely ever during it. So yeah, and even then, the adverts on YouTube, the difference with the adverts on YouTube compared to on Twitch is that you will get, most of the adverts will be ones you can skip. With a 3 seconds you can skip it, whereas all of the adverts on Twitch are 30 seconds, you can't skip them unless you have an ad blocker. So yeah, so it's up to you which you prefer and how you prefer things to go, but that's how it generally works here on YouTube Gaming. So anyway guys, I'm gonna get straight to it. I'm gonna do this quest. So Google autoplays them sometimes. Ooh, interesting. I did not know that. Okay, so this quest is called, let me load it up, the Solatalikalakalate side quest. Okay, I was told it takes roughly an hour to do. So as always, when I record episodes for YouTube, I hide my interface. I keep an eye on the chat, but I don't respond to it directly while I'm doing an episode. And yeah. Let's just get it done, because this is effectively the other part of the 3.15. And just remember, guys, 3.15, it's not a major patch, it's just a small one. Like, just downloading it was like, what, 90 meg? So, expect the content of this patch to be very, very short. So, hi Melody, hope you're feeling better. How you doing? So... anyway, guys, so I'm going to hide my interface. Look at that. And let's do this episode, shall we? Let's just get it done. So, recording the Solatilicate side quest story in 3, 2, 1. And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the side quest for patch 3.15. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So if you want to do this quest, you need to have done the quest Keeping the Ledger and also Her Last Vow. Her Last Vow is actually part of the 2.5 Hildebrand quest series. So you have to have done Her Last Vow. You also have to have completed the quest Heavensward, which is basically finished the 3.0 storyline. So to do Keeping the Ledger, you actually need to come here at 6-9 in the Pillars in the Jewel Grosier. So let's do that first, because I haven't seen that before, and then we will do the actual official quest. So let's see here, Keeping the Ledger is a pre-quest. So Mafia has the look of a man who has lost everything. So good day to you, miss. How may I help you? Oh, you wish to help me? Well, your timing couldn't be better. It would seem I have misplaced the record of my sales for my esteemed client, Saint Edem. So please tell me in the comments down below how to pronounce that word. I'm completely lost with it. So said client has requested another volume of the 72 articles of Hellenic polity. There are 14 in total, and try as I might, I cannot recall which one they specified. Surely you can imagine how embarrassing it would be were I to ask them again myself, and they learn the reason why. That's why I need you to go in my stead. No need for overt inquiries, mind. Just make small talk and superstitiously examine the shells to see what might be missing. Okay. So we need to find out what's missing, and I'm doing this quest on my Dark Knight just because it's below the level 60 cap, so I might as well look at it, and I can basically just, the quest EXP will just keep going towards leveling up my Dark Knight some more. And I haven't really been playing 14 as much as I used to. There used to be a time I used to play 14 every day. So hopefully eventually I will get back to that time, but for now I am having too much fun playing other games, and there isn't that much keeping me here at the moment, which is sad to say. I hope it will get back to the way it was in the coming weeks and months. So anyway, let's see. So in order to start this quest, you need to come to the Saint Raymonord's Cathedral and talk to Leif. So the 72 articles, I do recall borrowing a volume. Which one I cannot say. Would that I had time to read it. Truth be told, my so-called schoolmates have kept me rather preoccupied of late. Not a day goes by without them pulling some childish prank on my dear friend Theo Mosent. Well, try at least. I do what I can to see their plans come to naught. To know they'll move on to become clergymen or even prelates, we live in a truly unjust world. Okay. I guess he has a grudge. So now we need to go into here and talk to this gatekeep and go in. So you might not get much indication from the minimap where you're supposed to go. So you have to come in here. So hopefully this video will help you. So anyway, let's talk to Jan's Shet. So you are studying the 72 articles as well. I suppose that makes one of us. I require volume 4, but it has yet to be returned. It outlines the canon laws of the Ishgard Orthodoxy. In truth, these books are all rather dense, especially after the 11th volume. You must memorize the teachings of the 4th to set a foundation for everything that follows. Leif was the last to borrow it as far as I know, but he's been so busy of late. Something about helping children being bullied. If he is truly so busy, I wish he would at least return the book to us. Okay. So let's talk to Arkkomidbadin. So, a lowborn stumbles into the Socialekalekalate and thinks herself qualified to study Orthodox doctrine. How droll. Our facilities are reserved for those who have potential, like myself. I'll have you know that I'm working through the final volume of the 72 articles. A simpleton like you could spend a lifetime in study and fail to comprehend a single word, I expect. But don't let me dissuade you. Start with volume 1 and mull over the first few pages for a year or so. Okay. So, you know what we say to people like this. Moogle you. Anyway, so let's talk to the next person. So, oh, pardon me, the 72 articles. Why yes, I've been poring over volumes 12 and 13. The subject matter is quite dense, hardly something that could be handled in a single sitting. If you ever have need, I could bear to part with them for a short while. No? I see. In that case, I shall continue my studies. So this person obviously has 12 and 13. I think this person has got 14, I suppose. Maybe this person has number 6. Is it number 6 or needs number 6? I can't remember. And then let's see. Volume 10 is right here. Okay. Let's see. We're trying to find out which one is missing from the collection. So volume 6 is right here. And let's see. Okay, and they're listing 1 through 9 on the shelf. However, volumes 4 and 6 appear to be missing. Okay. So, number 6 was over there. And so on. Cool. So, let's talk to the original quest giver. And let's see what we have to do for this. Right, so like I said, this is only a pre-quest to the new quest that they added in 3.15. So I just want to get this pre-quest done. I've already done the other quest, Her Last Vow, because I finished all of the Hildebrand quests before the expansion even launched. And if you haven't done them before, if you're new to the game or you just simply haven't done them, you should do all of the Hildebrand quests. They are very entertaining, very funny. You know, you have a good time with it. You can check out the entire Hildebrand series on my YouTube channel as well. I've even got a separate playlist for them because I thought they were worthy, let's say. So, really check them out. They're really awesome. And hopefully they're going to add more in the expansion as well. That's what I would like to see. So we splat. And we're almost back with Mafia. Splat. Okay, so let's talk to him. So back from the Solekalokalokate. Good. Which volume are they missing? So let's see. I think it's volume 1. It's not volume 1. It might be volume 4. Nope. It could be 6. Nope. I'm positive it's volume 8. Nope. It has to be volume... It might be 11. Volume 13 is the one you need. I didn't see volume 14 anywhere. I mean, the guy said 13 and 14. I think they mentioned 1 to 9. So maybe it's 11? 11? Ah, volume 11. Yes, that's it. I remember now. Phew, my business and reputation are safe thanks to you. As I'm sure you can imagine, falling out of their good graces would bode ill for business. The Solekalokalokate is the cornerstone of education within the church, and all members of the clergy must pass through its doors. With but a word from the headmistress, I could lose everything I own, or worse. But thanks to you, my dear madam, my business is safe. You've helped me more than you'll ever know. Ah. Okay, so let's complete... Nah. Let's just take the silver pieces. We can vendor those. Okay, so... Yeah, so here is the new quest for 3.15. It's called Contradicting Convictions. And this is a chain. So there's 4 quests in this chain. So let's try and do them all now if we can. So Contradicting Convictions. Mafia sighs as he looks around for customers. So, my dear miss, how fare you these days? Can't say business has been well myself. Are you aware the church is in a bit of turmoil and it's taking a toll on my profits? Unrest is understandable, yet there are many who are using the confusion to take out their anger on my best customers. Now, I'm not one to get mixed up in politics, but the students of the Solekalokalokate may pay good gill for tomes and feathered quills. One made a request that I'm wont to oblige in order to keep the coin flowing. On behalf of her peers, she told me some disagreeable folk have been following Sumerians back to the cathedral, hurling all manner of insults. Easily singled out by their uniforms, they don't feel comfortable walking out in open these days, and that includes around the Grozier. If you're inclined to keep an eye out for those who try to harass the students, I ask you to make a round near the road to St. Raymonod's Cathedral. If you see anyone starting trouble, do what adventurers do best, you know, break it up. Keep the peace, look intimidating. Okay, so let's go threaten some nerds. Let's do it. So we have to protect the would-be educated from being bullied. Okay, so here is a impertinent pauper. Our lives are hard enough without some fresh-faced Sumerian rubbing salt into our wounds. Will your precious words repay us for what we've lost? Will they bring back the dead? No, of course not, but as a pupil of the Solekalokalokate, I cannot forsake the teachings. If you give the book back, I am certain I can show you the proper passage to provide succor in your time of... how dare you? As if the lies in this book will keep us warm at night. Better to destroy it and then be destroyed by it. Okay, sir. Sir, I absolutely cannot allow you to take that particular tome. Come back. Is he really going to... Oh no. Okay, you're an adventurer, aren't you? Please, will you help my friend get his tome back? We were on our way back to the when the man accosted us. It has become an unfortunate occurrence these days, but this is the first time someone went so far as to make off with one of our books. Theo Mosen may mean well, but I fear he will get caught up in a lot more trouble if they outnumber him. I'll go and get help. Yeah, you look like you're going really quickly. Right, so let's talk to Thingy in the broom, and we can teleport straight there. So I think there's a yeah, there's a Aether current literally right here, so let's use that. So teleport, the broom. Okay. So where are we looking? Where are we going? Aha! Here he is. Cutscene. You what? What's all this then? So, well, what are we here? Any ideas on what to do with these two, Ben? Ben, is that you? My goodness, what are the chances of meeting at a time like this? Please, I would appreciate it if you would ask your friend to produce the tome he has taken from me. Well, well, Theo Mosen, it's been a while. Careful now, I was in the mood for some light reading, but if you and your friend so much as take a step, your precious tome goes up in smoke. Ah, the Parables of Saint Danaphen. I know this title. It's the one where we were read as children. I recall Father Cuso gave you his own copy before you left the broom for your higher learning. Then you know how much it means to me. I made a promise to him to keep its lessons dear to my heart, and I have kept it with me ever since. All the more reason to burn it, to scatter the ashes and your dreams along with them. He taught us three the same. Why was I left to rot in this wretched place? Why not you or Lay? What made you two so bloody special? Put the book down, Ben, or I'll see you burned as well. Wow, that's a happy face. He's got the Mithrie eyebrow right there. Of all the people, you'd best watch yourself. The world is changing and we won't listen to your lies anymore. I'll make sure of that. Whoa. Did he save the book? I think he did. I mean, it's damaged, but as long as the text is okay. So, sacrilegious bastard. It's been badly charred. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you won't get much out of it now. I tried. Worry not, Lay. I have already committed the entire text to heart. I am just happy it has been returned to me. Typical. You shouldn't let him off the hook so easily, you know. Were it not that I pity him, I'd hand him over to the Inquisitors without a second thought. I would have punched him in the face, but that's just me. You came to help me, yes? Were it not for you, I am certain that they would have turned their hatred towards me soon after. I wish I could pay you for your services, but I'm afraid I live on but a meager stipend. Hardly enough for candles and ink. But if you would be so kind as to tell me your name. I'm Mithrie, please subscribe. So, Madam Menethil, I am certainly grateful to you for your protection. I may not have much in the way of coin, but if you are ever in need of spiritual enlightenment, then you need look no further than the cathedral. Alon's blessings be upon you. So, what does one do with a smoldering tome of parables? Will they struggle to abide the lessons of the now blackened words, or rise from its ashes? This answer I eagerly await. This is the same person from the Hildebrand questline, right? Who knows? Maybe it's like a hint that the Hildebrand questline is coming back. So let's speak to Maeve in the Jewel Grosia. The quest is obviously not done yet because it doesn't have the green tick. So let's go. Jewel Grosia. Okay, let's go, let's go. And we splat. I do miss this game, and I miss more than the game. I miss the people. Everyone's disappeared. I want you guys to come back. Okay, let's talk to Maeve. Hello? No, that's not what I want. What am I missing? It says speak to Maeve in the Jewel Grosia. Okay. So I speak to him. It tries to start the quest landing a stable job. Broken? Much? They're looking for a adventurer who's not afraid of a little hard work. Let's accept the quest and maybe it will allow us to progress the other quest. Grab a coin, never turn away from anyone looking for honest skill. Would you mind taking a sack of chocobo fodder from the horrible stables and foundation? She paid me up front, fear not. Take the fodder down there for me. Okay. So, speak to him. So, I wouldn't dream of denying willing volunteers a chance to make a few gil. Any payment offered upon delivery is yours to keep. Oh. No, sorry, that's a completely different quest. So, or do I have to? Oh, I have to be level 60. That's why. Ah, that makes sense. So that's the only reason why, guys, is that I wasn't on my level 60 class. Strange. So you've returned, and not a moment too soon. The students seem less anxious, and business has nearly returned to normal. I presume you found who has been harassing them. Oh dear, not again. Where are the patrols when they are needed? So, they've been spread thin from what I hear. Fortunately, this lady was willing to lend a hand. So, I thank you for looking out for the well-being of our pupils. I am Sister Gettel of St. Endalim's Solkalakalakalakate. Oh, might I ask your... Oh dear, I know your face. You are Madam Menethil, the one who had a hand in revealing the truth of the history of the Holy See. That's me. So, what by the... You mean to tell me that I've been talking to the Madam Menethil as my errand girl, and you accepted it with such grace? Alone herself could not have arranged such a curious encounter. On the contrary, I believe your meeting is to protect... is a product of intervention, most divine. Madam Menethil, if you would be so inclined, I would like to take you to meet the headmistress of our humble shoal. Yeah, I totally said that right. So it's interesting you have to be 60 for that quest. So by your deeds was light shed on certain inconsistencies in Ishgard's history, and to a lesser extent the church's teachings. Needless to say, the resulting controversy has strained the relationship between the people and the clergy. The foundation of our great city-state rests upon the wisdom of Astrologian. Alas, the lowborn in particular have suffered greatly as a result of erroneous interpretations. Some have even begun to wonder if all our precepts have been thus distorted. We of the Scholasticate, I don't know if I said that right again, want to reflect upon these revelations deeper than most. Although we live as scholars, we had grown complacent, accepting a single interpretation set forth by the Archbishop and his predecessors. Although we are openly re-evaluating our teachings, our students continue to be targeted by those who feel they have been deceived. As you yourself have no doubt seen, there are those who would rather purge the city of all clergy regardless of their guilt. But with you on our side, surely those miscreants would think twice before harming our students. Pray come and visit our halls. I am certain the students would be put at ease to see you again as well. Okay, so that's complete. Next quest. Right, so the next quest is called The Benefits of Consolation. So Gatel looks at you with bright eyes. Okay. So I must take my leave and return to the cathedral. Maeve, it has been a pleasure. Madam Menethil, I sincerely hope you shall consider my offer to meet with the headmistress. Alon's blessings be upon you both. May the force be with you. Okay, so let's go back to where we were before at the start of the episode. So we're on the way to the Scholasticate. Yeah, totally. That's a normal word. Yeah, I remember that word from the imaginary dictionary. The one that I read never. It baffles me, that word. Why does it, like... I'm like now obsessed with that word. That word is gonna just... When it's my birthday, I want people to say happy Scholasticate. I don't want them to say happy birthday anymore. Okay, so here's the Scholasticate lector. Okay, so Madam Menethil, yes. Sister Gatel was hopeful you would come and visit. She awaits you inside. Cool, let's go in. Right. Ooh, cutscene. So, Madam Menethil, welcome to the Scholasticate. I appreciate you coming all this way, but I'm afraid the headmistress is not here at the moment. Damn it. She has taken leave to rest. Forgive me, but I must ask you to meet with her another day. ... It is truly a pity, as I too was looking forward to her audience with you. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Father Bruvagnon. Rockabye Bruvagnon on the treetop. He had very strange parents. I have heard much about you from Sister Gatel. In the headmistress's absence, I have been charged with tending to myriad administrative matters. While that would ordinarily constitute as simply waxing the seal of a pile of parchments, I have been forced to take a more hands-on approach. He punches the parchment. The deputy headmaster and I were just discussing a rather troubling event which occurred soon after our students' encounter in the broom, and we fear it may be connected. Hello. What's all this then? So, Madam Menethil, you are familiar with the statue of Saint Valoroniet? No. The one in the center of the forum? House Desamel's stonemasons have been working on chiseling a new head, and one of our students has been tasked with overseeing their work. Unfortunately, this student has since reported that the piece has vanished from the artisan's workshop. Given that it has little monetary value, Father Bruvangnon and I cannot help but wonder if... I'll say him again. If the culprit bears a grudge towards the student, Bradian Consulting Inspector at your service. So this guy is Hildebrand's rival. Lol. So Mithrie, what brings you here of all places? Ah, don't tell me. You were the hero, and the students have been murmuring about. I cannot say I am surprised. So, you're acquainted with my nephew, Madam Menethil? Yes, mine uncle. You could say our paths have crossed more than once. Wink, wink. So, an idea occurs to me. Mithrie is an adventurer of exceptional skill in combat and deduction both. Pray allow me to appoint her as my assistant, no, associate, in my work here at the Solasticate. A prolonged association is like to raise more than a few eyebrows, if not invite criticism. While I understand your concern, I am willing to trust Bradian's judgment. Madam Menethil has shown nothing but compassion towards our students. At least permit her company in ascertaining the piece's whereabouts. You may judge the value of our association afterwards. So, very well, but no one is to speak of this to the headmistress. I will allow Madam Menethil to accompany you, but only for the duration of the investigation, and for the love of the Fury, be discreet. So, excellent. Come, Mithrie. Our first course of action will be to question the student responsible for overseeing the statue's restoration. Okay, so either he's incredibly tall, or Mithrie is incredibly short. But whatever, Mithrie rules. Okay. Fine, I did that with my glasses in real life because I can't do it in game. Okay, so let's seek out the student in charge. So, Madam Menethil, a pleasant surprise to see you once more. Praise be to Halon. So, you are asking after the statue piece. I made sure to lock the workshop door, so I don't understand how it could have been taken. But worry not, I take full responsibility and will personally see it returned. That won't be necessary, Inspector Bradian. Inspector Bradian at your service. I am told you were recently harassed by several ruffians in the broom, and I suspect they may be responsible for his theft. What can you tell me about these men? Nothing, Inspector. I had never seen him before in my life, and besides, why would they want to steal the statue piece? It makes no sense. In any event, as I said, the responsibility is mine and mine alone. Now, if you would excuse me... Admirable sense of responsibility notwithstanding, he's clearly hiding something. So, Mithrie, I think we may find our answers in Foundation. While I make inquiries in the Broom, I ask that you keep an eye on the forum. Many miscreants are wont to delight in their misdeeds, and this one may be drawn to the statue. Okay, so let's go. So we have to go to Foundation. So the quickest teleport is to the Forgotten Knight. Okay, let's go. Sprinteroonie. Come over with a... Okay, there's one literally right there. So, Aethernet Shards. The Forgotten Knight. Okay, so... Oh no, that's a different quest. That was the Chocobo quest we accepted earlier on. Okay, search for suspects. Ooh, is this... Oh yeah, well here's Ben. Firagus 7. Okay, let's talk to him. So, Madam Menethil, how did you... I suppose I should be honest with you. I am certain the stolen piece is in that crate. I know you are helping the inspector, but I beg you, let me try to reason with Ben first. So, Ben, please return the statue piece and all shall be forgiven. You do understand the consequences of what you're doing. Defiling a saint's monument is a serious crime. When Father Choso read us stories at the orphanage, you loved the ones about Saint Valeriant. Do you not wish to see the statue restored? So Saint Valeriant, an Azure Dragoon who drew the Great Yerm away from Ishgard. For all we know, that too was a lie. The Holy See and the Bloody Highborn deceived us. Theo, they built their fortunes on our backs, but you'd be willingly believe those lies if it meant a chance at a better life yourself. Are you calling me a sellout? I knew you were the one behind this. You've been followed, Theo, and I, ever since we met in the Broom. Okay. So be careful, Mithrie. He's not going to give up without a fight. So, wait, all of you. I still believe Ben will do what's right. There you go again, turning up your nose and spewing shite as if you're one of them. Don't you see? I am doing what's right. I am ridding us of these false heroes. But keep your bloody head and your library and lessons filled with lies. Believe them if you want. You're just as bad as the rest. So, he is right to be angry. I dreamt of teaching our people to walk in Halon's grace, but when the scripture itself has been called into question, how am I to find my own way? Whatever should I do? Forge your own path? My own path? You mean interpret the scripture on my own? A different approach to our faith, to be sure, but mayhap you have the right of it. Forgive me, Ben, but I have come too far to give up now. If Alon's teachings have been distorted by man's hand, then by man's hand must they be redeemed. That's all well and good, but we won't change Ishgard by standing around in the snow. At least Ben left us the statue piece. We best return it to the prize peacock before that prize peacock starts squawking to the deputy headmaster. So, will you come too, Mithrie? I'm sure he will appreciate your help in retrieving it. Okay, so we need to report back to Bravagnon. So let's go to the Saint Whatever Cathedral. Saint Raymonord's Cathedral. Okay. And we need to go inside. Back into here. I think we do. I mean, I'm assuming we do. They tend to be quite lazy, the teachers, let's say, so they just stand right there. Okay, here he is. I salute you. So, Madam Menethil, I see that you've returned as well. Lay and Theomensen have just finished explaining to me what happened. I thank you for your help in resolving this matter swiftly. But there appears to be something missing. Mithrie, pray tell, what became of the suspect? Surely these two wish to seek justice for the theft. Those two will tell you naught, Inspector, for they are the culprits whom you seek. Rude. Mine, yoink. So allow me to shed some light on this troubling situation. As the son of House of Desmail, it pained me to learn that our artisan's precious work had been sprited away, so I saw fit to conduct my own investigation. I followed Lay at a distance, only to find him and his friends consorting with the culprit. So, camaraderie among orphans of the broom is to be expected, but to steal a saint's head so that they may retrieve it to prove their merit? And such desperation that they would desecrate a tome in this manner. You would expect a Sumerian to treat any holy text with the utmost care, even if they are but children's stories. Piss off, you priggish whoreson. Mithrie was there, she'll tell you you're wrong. So, enough. Will you all conduct yourselves with decorum, as befits Sumerians? I don't know what that word is. So, Lay, we will discuss penance for your foul language anon. Yeah, how dare you. So, Father Bravagnon, if I may, the next time if the Solella apportions work with the sacred monuments, pray entrust the task to me. I am certain the artisans of my house would be at ease knowing their work was in cleaner, more dependable hands. And as for my ignoble peers, if the comprehension of advanced scripture is still beyond you, such that you require a tattered tome of children's lessons, then allow me to procure for you a new copy with my own coin. You need not thank me. House Desmail prides itself on its charity on the deprived. Okay? Interesting, interesting. My tome, if you would. Oof. He fell over. So, just how long are you planning to lie there? So, you're completely hopeless. It's like Final Fantasy Type 0 all over again. Thank you, Blacy. Smooth. Very graceful. Well, someone is shy. So, God, this is what happens when you let him walk all over you. It'll be a miracle if we're not branded heretics by the end of this term. Lay, Fiom sent, consider this a warning. You were saved this time solely by Madame Menethil's integrity and grace of the Fury, but I will not turn a blind eye if you continue to fraternize with questionable company. So, the insurmountable wall between the highborn and lowborn. I wonder, did our ancestors build it brick by brick, or was it fate which drove us apart? Where shall we go from here? Okay. If Hildebrand shows up by the end of the episode, I'm going to be very happy. So, Madame Menethil, I must apologize for your behavior of my students. They have been at each other's throats since the revelations came to light. As for your performance, you have surpassed my expectations, and I will allow you to assist Bradian in his work at the Solasticate. Well done. If I may be so bold, Uncle, though I have but arrived, and this is the only case you have had me investigate thus far, I must say that I found it rather a waste of my talents. While theft is indeed a serious matter, I cannot help but wonder if this was merely some pretense. Surely you have a more pressing problem? So, an astute observation. I expected nothing less. This is indeed another matter I should discuss with you and your newly appointed associate. Okay, so let's complete this one to benefit some consolation. Next quest is called Balancing the Spear. So, Bravangdon is ready to say what is really on his mind. So, I had better start from the beginning. It would not do to involve Madame Menethil with our affairs without first ensuring she possesses a proper understanding of our seminary functions and how we should have been forced to change. You see, most men and women of the cloth go and live fulfilling lives as pastors, academics, and poets. However, those who graduate from the Solasticate with the highest marks are given an opportunity to serve in the vault and perhaps one day rise to prominence. The stakes are quite high for those who seek such prestige, for they know full well that their academic performance may determine their future. It is they who strive for the top 3 seats that are granted with the Solasticate's official endorsement, the Trinity. And so those who wish to guide Ishgard's faithful spend their days compulating marks through academic pursuits, while at the same time honing their skills to persuade others to share their interpretations of scripture. Up until now, it resulted in no more than the occasional lively debate, for the Holy See was ultimately responsible for dictating doctrine. Ranking was naturally determined by one's familiarity with said doctrine. However, in light of recent events, that is no longer an option. Simply put, we cannot currently assess the academic performance in the traditional manner, as a significant portion of the curriculum has been called into question. As a result, we have been forced to consider more subjective methods. And in this time of uncertainty, students are wont to lash out at their peers. Won't they fear will exploit this interim system to their advantage? Distressing, I suppose, but what does this have to do with us? I require your unparalleled skills of observation and deduction. Okay. So the only way to put an end to this bickering between students is to ensure beyond a shadow of a doubt that our interim evaluations are conducted in a fair and equitable manner. I ask you to stand as an observer. Until a new curriculum has been decided, our evaluation system is vulnerable. In other words, you want us to catch the cheaters. So precisely. Now then, I have received word from the head mistress has returned to her office in the cathedral. I would ask that you introduce yourselves. I guess we can do that. But there is something you should keep in mind when speaking with Headmistress Elvian. She was appointed to a position by the former Archbishop, thus her views on the curriculum are quite traditional. I would advise you to discuss matters regarding the Holy See with the utmost care. Cool. So let's go. We need to go now to the headmistress's office. We'll see what the headmistress is like. When I was in school, I used to see the headmaster a lot. And believe me, not to socialize. Okay, so here is the deacon. So we've been expecting you. The headmistress awaits you within. Interesting. The headmistress Evelyn, may I have the pleasure to introduce you to the individuals who shall be in charge of keeping order at the Scholasticate. This is Consulting Inspector Bradian and his associate Mithrie Menifil. So Mithrie Menifil, I must say, Father Brew Vagnon, your selections are rather appropriate. We thank you both for your service in our time of need. I trust that the Father Brew Vagnon has briefed you on our humble seminary. Saint Edalim's Scholasticate has produced Ishgard's first clergy for centuries, including countless men and women of whom served in the highest echelons of the Holy See. All of whom were spared a brutal death on the battlefield in service to a misguided war they perpetuated. So some might be given to say. Indeed, some might, and they would not be entirely mistaken. For while we were wholly unaware of the deception perpetuated by the archbishops, we did unwittingly sustain it to our sorrow. The idea that we willingly subjected them to false precepts is of course preposterous, a contrived fantasy. Nevertheless, some of the fervently believe it true, and these self-same individuals have come to our instructors and students as targets for their misguided anger. It is of paramount importance that we restore faith in the teachings, yet know we are to regain the trust of our common man when our Seminarians are embroiled in childish quarrels. So you referred to this tension regarding the interim evaluation system. Quite frankly, it is but one facet. Classes have also been suspended until we complete our own painstaking review of the curriculum. Some students have taken leave, while the more dedicated have taken it upon themselves to conduct independent work to demonstrate their merits. Let's see. We cannot allow this situation to continue indefinitely. Graduation is approaching and we must make our recommendations, but the senior class is divided. They know not how they will be evaluated. So, rather they understand how they will be evaluated, but have no faith that our methods will produce a fair result. A concern not without merit. I must confess, I too suspect that some may be driven to manipulate the interim system to their advantage. I expect some have already tried, but that is why we have brought in outside observers. Inspector Bradian, Mithrie Manifil, if anyone is engaging in unscrupulous behavior, I should have it brought to an end at once. May the Fury guide you on your task. Yep, we can do that. Why not? Righty. So, let's talk to Bradrian. So, now then, before we proceed, might you both tell us a little bit about your students, Father? My apologies, I am Father Satrianios. In addition to teaching the fundamentals of Hellenic polity, I also oversee fundraising for the stipends of underprivileged students. While I would like to help you, I think my opinion would not do them justice. I would suggest getting to know them yourselves. I feel the same. The way in which pupils speak in front of their instructors is not the same as amongst themselves. In my 10 years of counselling, they have been minded their etiquette and are naught but cordial to me. However, I can recommend one of my students who is quite vocal. She's called Lisa Simpson. No, not really. Mayhap you try speaking with the dormitory prefect Archmobadin. Given his closeness to the students' social affairs, he may also give you insight into what they talk about. Archmobadin? Ah yes, the silver-haired boy, a son of House Desamel, as I recall. We shall heed your suggestion, Sister Galette, given his duty and status. Okay, so let's go find this star pupil, shall we? I'm assuming to actually find the star pupil, we have to go back yet again into the Solasticate. Or Scholasticate, whatever. So when the quest marker is not marked on the mini-map, it usually means come in here. So has no one ever told you the brandishing weapons is frowned upon in places of enlightenment? That is, unless Lei has sent you to stir up more trouble. Rest assured that my associate inspector draws her armaments only to resolve troublesome situations, not to create them. We were merely came to ask if your well-being and your expectations for the future. So, under the auspices of the headmistress, I am sure. Very well, I, Le Brassier de Bonfart of House Bonfart, in service of House Desimel, present to you Archbandin de Desimel. As prefects of the Solasticate Dormitory, we are responsible for keeping the peace between our fellow Seminarians. So correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not the foreigner who went to rather great lengths to expose the Archbishop's falsehoods, responsible for the re-evaluation of the entire curriculum? Yeah, kind of quite the resolution, that. And for what? Every great nation's history is marred by the sins of the past. Alamigo, Aldar, Limsa, Vanadil. Please, each was built on a foundation of lies and blood. Which is not to say we elites should not learn from these mistakes, but we have served as shepherds of the people for 1,000 years, have a duty to maintain order through the preservation of tradition. Would a Rainwright cast aside his father's best car when it has broken a wheel? Indeed, Archobadin and I have said as much to those who support a more radical approach. The last thing we need is young Seminarians running about crying for reformation. I see, so you both have been quite active in convincing the other students to see things your way. How have you fared? It's hardly a daunting task. Many seek comfort in consistency. Sister Gatel has asked us with bringing back the students who took leave. Why not let our results determine how persuasive we are? I thank you, gentlemen, for your cooperation, and I wish you the best of luck for your efforts. Now then, Mithrie, if these students are bringing back their Druan peers, there must be others who are doing the same. Let us split up and seek out the participants. Okay, so let's go to the pillars. Right. So let's see, where are they? There's one right outside here. These quests, these type of quests, like the Moogle delivery quests and so on, it's purely for story. Like, it's to just entertain. It's not like, that's why there's no fighting so far and so on. So a new exotic flower graces us with her presence today. Well met, my dear. And what am I, chopped liver? He was looking at me until you showed up. Sorry. So, I see. So you are helping Inspector Bradian. A pleasure to meet you. I am Cramvox de Maintenigny, but you may address me simply by my first name. So, what brings you to the pillars? Could it be that you are to observe how we go about convincing Truan Sumerians to return? Then by all means, let me show you how it is done. I must admit, I find many of our students rather intimidating, but thanks to Cranevox, I am considering returning to the Solasticate to resume my studies. We were just discussing the responsibility of the Highborn have to redress the imbalance of the Fury's love with all men receive, and by balance of her spear will all be set free. So it is written in volume 11 of the 72 articles of Hellenic polity. Equal under her eye, ever watchful gaze. Would that be grace our halls with your presence once more, that I might favour you with mine own gaze. I fondly recall seeing your lovely face always buried in the tome. So, Cranevox, you did notice. I thought to pen a lengthy treatise on it, but I could not make do once the volume vanished. Oh, so you were the one helping Maeve to find the tome? With how relevant the content has become these days, I suppose it is not surprising it will go missing. In any event, you convinced me. I will gather my things and return to the dormitory straight away. Yes, that is the way. One must seize the moment and act upon one's convictions. Life is but a fleeting, fragile thing. Wouldn't you agree, my dear? Well, I have done my part in guiding a little lamb back to the flock. Now to celebrate with a well-deserved nap. I bid you both farewell. Cool. So let's talk to the next one. So let's see. Wee splat. So we spend an awful lot of time in the groves here. Wee splat. I'm just sad to see, like, this is one of the biggest servers and it's almost empty. So here is Fia Mosen. So, Mithrie, Lay and I were just about to visit our friends in Foundation and try and convince them to return to their studies. It's been difficult since we aren't exactly held in high regard right now. The dormitory prefects have made sure of that. We must do all in our power to motivate our friends to come back to the Solasticate. Then we can strive for higher marks together. Right, and then we can convince our peers that we are just as worthy as any highborn in the clergy. They will welcome us with open arms, and all will be well in Ishgard. If Archbaden and his cronies receive the Solasticate's endorsement, no one will ever listen to us. We can't let them take the Trinity. I would rather not think of it that way, Lay. Let us just focus on bringing back as many people as we can. Okay, so, well, that's how the new Highborn are thinking about it. The more vocal we become, the more they will see us a threat. That's why we have to stick together. Okay, so let's go back to the Solasticate. Interesting. So, yeah. So I'm sorry guys if the episode is dragging on quite long, but there's only, after this quest, there's only one quest to go. So I would rather get it done in one episode. There's no point filming a second episode just for one quest. But I'm sure this is all leading to something. You know, Square Enix wouldn't add in these type of quests to the game if it didn't have a purpose. So, who knows, maybe it'll be like a prequest to the new Hildebrand series. And maybe Hildebrand will pretend to be smart in this expansion. Let's go in. It's like he'll wear glasses and that like out-nerd Bradian. So, right then, let us see how competitive these students truly are. Okay, cutscene. So it brings me joy to see so many of our brothers and sisters return to the Solasticate. Sister Gatel, the floor is yours. So, thank you, Biden. I will now announce how many of our stray sheep each student persuaded to come here. Both Fia Mosen and Lay were able to bring back one student each. Jansek guided 2 back to our arms. Archobadin and Leza Brazor were each able to convince 3 students to return, and most of all, excellent work, all of you. What about the student convinced to return? Oh, is this true? Are we missing someone from the count? The girl you speak of has formally withdrawn from the Scholasticate. Apparently she was not all enthusiastic about returning, as she led Cranevox to believe. Mayhaps she chose to play along so that he would cease his harassment. Perhaps it was for the best. She rarely engaged her fellow students, instead choosing to sit alone and read the articles of Hellenic polity. Given the recent revelations, I suspect she's become disillusioned with the faith. Strange you would say that, Lebresor. When I last spoke with her, Yual was quite interested in Volume 11's Equal Under Her Ever-Watchful Gaze passage, one that you and your master would sooner pretend did not exist. If she were the victim of harassment, I should rather expect it was at your hands. Are you implying that we had something to do with it because we did not share her views? What rot. You dishonor yourself and your house with such baseless accusations. Rather, you would if aught remained of your house to dishonor. Ooh. So, I yield, good sir, I yield. I lack the qualities the Honourable Lord Archobidin possesses, which enable him to deliver such observations. Well, if Eula has withdrawn, then I must mourn her departure by walking through the dormitory halls, reciting excerpts from Volume 11. And how do you intend to do that? Volume 11 of the Articles of Hellenic polity has been missing for some time now. Or has it? The tones of the cells are inconsequential if one has taken the words to heart. How fortunate we are, the wisdom of the forebearers is not so easily forgotten. Would you not agree? True, true. So such impudence, as befits a sixth son. For all his failings, his father was wise to send him away. At any rate, we are blessed with a handful of truants who have returned to us. Truly, if the Furies will that we overcome these trials and tribulations and move forward with a singular vision of the future, for the future, sorry. So a student with a keen interest in controversial precept who withdraws without explanation. This seems rather odd to me as well. Mayhap it is worthy of our attention. Okay, so it's complete. Right, so next quest is called More Than Meets her Eye. So Bradian glances at you, adjusting his spectacles, and I believe this is the last quest that they've added for now. So Mithrie, were you present when Cranevox spoke with Eula? So she was indeed enthusiastic about returning to the Scholasticate. Then why did she instead decide to withdraw? Cranevox all but excused Archbidens of having a hand in it, as well as the disappearance of his Volume 11. Not more the slander spoken in anger, perhaps. But the situation does merit further investigation. We look forward to your results, Inspector. Mistress Manderfield, if I might have a word with you in private, Crane meet with me near the plaza in front of St. Raymond's Cathedral. Okay, so let's go to the pillars. We just literally have to walk outside. Okay, so let's go. Yep, not too far of a run at all. Interesting. So thank you for coming, Mistress Menethil. You are already acquainted with my two best students, Theo Mosen and Lei. No, never seen them before. They have sought my counsel in their quest to obtain the Trinity seats, and I have been more than willing to oblige them out of a desire to ensure that all students are given equal opportunity. I am not blind to the machinations of highborn students, after all. I know not what Archombedin and Labrasaur has said to you, but I advise that you weigh it carefully. You witnessed their treatment of a fellow highborn student, did you not? Then it should come as no surprise that they regard their lowborn peers far more harshly, discriminating against them with whatever means at their disposal. Those two believe that less fortunate students lack the potential to become great clergymen, but if Theo Mosen and Lei can obtain the highest marks and secure their places within the Trinity through their hard work and virtue, then these misguided beliefs would be proved wrong. Even if we were to succeed, what difference would it make? Those who disagree will not be so easily swayed, and those who sympathize will be reluctant to speak out for fear of reprisals. Then you must find allies who are fearless, who do not flinch in the face of threats. Mistress Menethil, have you come across any who fit that description? What about Cranevox? I thought so as well. He seems to treat everyone the same, and he defended Ola's honor at the assembly. The highborn lector, who skips out on sessions and can't even stay awake for the ones he attends. Theo, are you daft? If he did decide to help us, I wouldn't even want it. So, no need to dismiss him out of hand, Lei. As Theo Mosen said, he spoke out openly against Archombedin and Labrasaur on behalf of Ula. He might be willing to do the same for you two. So, absolutely not. I don't understand any of the highborn. Look, I hope finding the others, but you're on your own with Cranevox. Okay, let's say Voix rather than Vox. So very well, Mistress Menethil. Will you accompany Theo Mosen? One cannot be careful, especially with the rise in assaults of the clergy. So thank you. I am certain we can find in the pillars in his usual spot. Righty. So let's go talk to Theo Mosen. I don't know if there's any quick way to get there, so I just have to run around. Okay, there they are. So, I thought he would be more receptive to my appeal, but instead he seems rather annoyed. Can't you and Freckles see we're busy? Leave us be. Freckles, you certainly have a way with your words, my dear. She is right, you know. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Chronovar, please, will you not help our cause? I believe us to be like-minded individuals, those who desire a new path for the church, one based on principles of... Aha, so earnest and forthright, how adorable. I can hardly resist pinching those soft, supple cheeks. Oh, for the love of... Come, darling, let us go somewhere that will afford us privacy. An offer that I dare not refuse. Good luck with whatever it is you're about, Freckles. So he's gone. No, I cannot give up. The future of the church depends on us. I was not given an opportunity to explain in full, so I will not leave his side until he hears me out. Okay, so let's go to Foundation, shall we? Let's see what's going on. Because so far it just sounds like the girl's got his her hooks inside him, let's say. Righty. So I want to make sure I'm actually running towards the right quest, because this other quest is actually for that stable one, which has nothing to do with what we're doing. Here's for your Mosen. Okay, cutscene. Whoa. So now, let's not get too hasty. I'm sure we can resolve this matter peacefully. Agreed, so long as you don't try something stupid and give me cause to cut his throat. Did I not tell you I was preoccupied? You there, take Freckles and get out of here. Rip. So release him at once, or I summon the watch. Don't you dare. The affairs of House Maintainingly are none of your concern. She demands recompense, and rightly so. If I must pay with my life, then so be it. I will not allow it. Oh, do not look so glum. If I must look upon your freckled face before I ascend to Halon's halls, I would rather you favoured me with a smile or some such. Love, What other sins are mine alone to bear now, mine alone to answer for. Mayhap in death our house shall be at last redeemed. If I recompense you desire, then you shall have it, but not with his life. The Fury forgives not those who kill their fellow man for wanton purpose. Permit him to address your grievances with coin, and you may have your justice with it without sin. Furthermore, I offer myself to you as a hostage in his place, that he might be free to secure sufficient ransom. Have you gone mad? I told you, this is none of your... I will not abandon such a pious soul, one who shares my desire to make the world a better place. We are not so different, Crembois. We have the chance to make amends for the sins of our fathers, to make Ishgard whole again. I cannot do it without you. Oh, you really are something else. Make a bloody speech about changing the world at a time like this. I offer the wealth of House Mithrie as ransom. If the lady agrees to these terms, then I will go and retrieve it at once. I'll take her silence as a yes. Now then, come. I've always wanted to tie someone up. I mean, she's got some little dagger, and Mithrie has got some, like, massive axe. Like, why can't we just... Well... WTF pwn her. We will have to travel to my family's old estate in Western Highlands to retrieve your ransom. I presume you'll wait here until I return? For now, but if you do not come back quickly, and with a great deal of money besides, this one's life is forfeit. Is that clear? Quite. As for you, Freckles, do not do anything else reckless. Mr. Menethil, I must ask that you come with me. It would not do to go through all this trouble only to be waylaid by bandits on my way back. Let us make haste. Okay, so we need to go to the Western Highlands to right there. So let's teleport to Falcon's Nest, and then we can fly straight there. Huh, so someone's in a bad mood. So let's go. Whee! And shall we do one more? Let's do one more. Whee! We'll definitely won't do a third. You know, that's impossible. Oh, damn it. Whee! Okay. So we are here. Woo! That was quick. Or it's his cramvois. So forgive me, my family's fortune is buried from here, but I would rather retrieve it alone. Pray you remain here a moment and keep watch for bandits and wild beasts. Okay. Roar. So just in case. We're watching. There we go. Okay. So in patch 3.15 they have made these AoEs a bit thicker, so in theory it should be easier to see for people who are colorblind. In theory. Thank God, touch wood, I am not colorblind, so it doesn't affect me, but I could hope that it would suit their needs. I mean, our own Mr. Happy is colorblind, so. Boom, boom, boom. Rip. Cool. I'm actually going after the Warrior Relic in 3.15 as well. Okay, still waiting. Cutscene. So this story could be a movie in itself. I think it's been going for more than an hour. Easily more than an hour. So, I have what we came for. Now then, let us pray that Freckles is still alive and well. Okay, so let's return to Foundation. Yeah, you know, like, for the Dragon Song, the opening theme for Heavensward is depressing as all everything, really. Now, I hope for 4.0, for the second expansion, that they do a flippin' rock theme like the beginning of Final Fantasy X or something. You know, something to, like, really brighten the mood. Anyway. So it's about time. I'm freezing and had half a mind to skin this one to keep me warm. Now then, hand it over. So here you are, the entire fortune that was bequeathed unto me. Share it with your people as recompense, starting with the families of the bereaved. On behalf of House Maintigny, I am truly sorry. Yoink. Toodaloo. So, Theo, Fury for Fend, what have you gotten yourself into this time? I swear, I leave you alone for but a moment. I was never in any danger, Lay. I prayed to the Fury, and her hand was Cranevoy returned to me. I'm terribly sorry to have involved you in my personal affairs. I should have known that the lives of my family would not be enough to sate the small folks' thirst for vengeance. Think nothing of it. I too lost my father, so if you ever have need to speak about it, you can confide in me as a friend. My father sought to curry favour with the Holy See so that he raised great levies to send to the front lines. Honour was his prize, but I was brought with the blood of his subjects, and eventually of his own. The small folk had come to resent his demands for service, and when the truth of the war was revealed, they revolted. The mob overran the manor guard, and my father and 5 brothers perished at their hands. Had I not been sent away, I would have surely died with them. Our fortunes have grown poor following the calamity, you see, and since I was the youngest, father bid me leave to make my own way. So I enrolled in the Scholasticate with hopes of becoming a bishop, to bring honour to myself and my house. But now... No, there's no use dwelling on what could have been. We must look to the future, and do what we can to make Ishgard whole again. Every moment is sacred, and you help me see that, Theo. Consider me your friend and ally. So, well, Cranevoy, well said. Together you may yet bring about lasting change. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Without the endorsement of the Scholasticate and the support of our peers, no one will listen to us. What's more, I still haven't heard anyone explain how we're supposed to get seats on the Trinity. Ishgard wasn't built in a day, Lay. Besides, we will still have plenty of time to work something out. See, I knew he wouldn't take this seriously. Calm yourself, Lay. Keep an open mind. Now let us return and discuss our next course of action. So, oh, I nearly forgot. Inspector Bradian was looking for you at the cathedral. He wished to speak with you regarding his investigation, I believe. Okay. I mean, there's more to this than meets the eye. I mean, we still don't even know who the bad person is. The dark, mysterious person. So, well, who knows? Maybe this will be a equivalent quest chain that they'll keep extending as time goes on. Okay. So let us talk to Bradian. It's right there. So, well then, my associate, have you anything to report? Okay, that's complete. I'm assuming there's a cutscene. Anything to report? No, the end. So, a former subject of Mithrie demanding recompense for the misdeeds of Cranevoy's father. Unfortunate that the situation was resolved peacefully. My investigation has been less productive, unfortunately. I thought to speak with Ola, the student who withdrew from the Scholasticate, but I cannot find her anywhere. The same must be said for the infamous Volume 11, which contains passages extolling the virtues of equality. With the girl, it has vanished without a trace. See, circumstances surrounding these incidents suggest deliberate intent. Someone may be attempting to turn this tenacious state of affairs to their advantage. And if so, then to what end? For 1,000 years, a sickness has ravaged our city. It has festered within the hearts and minds of our citizens, and in our clergy especially. Treating it will be a long and arduous process, and an altogether necessary one. Our role is that process is clear. To diagnose the root of the Scholasticate's ailments. If there was malicious forces at work, then it is our duty to see justice done. In a time of unrest, when the light of the truth was lost to the righteous, the children looked to one another for guidance. Then they might walk in her grace, was it? Interesting. So we got the achievement back to school. Huh. So we now have the title Special Advisor. Now the thing is though, this actually says back to school 1. Which suggests that there will be more in the future. So let's equip that title, shall we? So Special Advisor Mithrie, how about that? So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this quest line. It's a interesting twist, a bit more serious than Hildebrand, but it has the same characters, so who knows what this might lead to in the future. So anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie. Huh. Okay, so now my entire UI on OBS has gone missing. Like, all of it. Good game, man. So, I can't really set this up right now because it'll take forever. So, Why has my entire UI gone missing? Rip. Quadruple rip. How about that? So I'm sorry guys, my OBS. Yes, go do your relic quest. More Mithrie, keep going. Okay, let's start the relic quest then. Which is fine because when I record, you guys know I don't show my UI. But I'm going to have to spend forever setting it up again for tomorrow. I said I really don't know why it's disappeared. OBS is just being weird. So let's go to Idleshire and let's start the relic quest. Okay. So the relic quest starts in Idleshire. And it's raining. What weapon does that guy have? Okay, so he's got the Hawklair Awoken. Interesting, interesting. Right. So, let's start the quest then. Let's just start the relic quest for 3.15. I burped. Okay, so recording the new relic quest in 3, 2, 1. And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be starting the Animus relic quest. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, the Anima weapon is basically the relic quest for the expansion Heavensward. And obviously that means as well, you must have finished the 3.0 main scenario quest Heavensward. In order to start it, you need to come to Idleshire and talk to Rowena, who's right here at 5.5 in Idleshire. And for this expansion, I'm going to be doing the relic quest as a warrior. So I've switched from Bard. My main is now warrior for now. You know, we'll see in the future if that changes, but for now I'm sticking to it. So anyway, let's talk to Rowena. The quest is called An Unexpected Proposal. So Rowena is planning a visit to Revenant's Toll. So good morning to you, Mithrie. Something on your mind? I've been called back to Revenant's Toll to take care of a new shipment of wares. But if you have matters of money that require my attention, hold that thought. It seems I have visitors, some more welcome than others. Yeah, so part of the intrusion, Mistress Rowena. I realise I was here only a few days ago, but I really must speak with you about... good, you're still here. We need to talk about the promissory note. Now I know what you're thinking. That stinking sack of Gobushai ain't got me goddamn money. Well, you're wrong. I saved it up, every last gill. The thing is, me mates took me out for a drink to celebrate and... Excuse me, sir, but when people are talking, it is generally considered rude to interrupt. I know not what manner of business you have with Rowena, but I am quite sure it can wait. As I was saying, Mr. Rowena, have you perchance been able to arrange a meeting with your associates? There is much I would ask them about their work in Arcane Centuries. Hold on a bleeding minute. You are telling me to wait? You didn't no one ever teach you to shut your gob when grown-ups are talking? Me life and, more importantly, me know at the tavern is at stake here. Now, be good lad and bugger off. Till Uncle Geralt's had his way. Geralt, mind your own advice for once and keep quiet. I'll deal with you soon enough. So, regarding your question, Ardashir, the answer is no. The client I had in mind's a bit of a recluse, and stubborn as all hells in her old age. She wouldn't hear of any meeting, and I ain't got time to press her on it at the moment. Too much to do by half. So, sounds like you've got enough on your plate without having to worry yourself over an old mate's Owens. I tell you what, let's forget about it for... I know not what hole you've drunken yourself into, sir, and quite frankly, I do not care. I have important business to discuss with Mr. Rowena, and I demand you leave us to this instant. Bad, the youth of today. Jumped up, self-serving little shites, the lot of you. Fine. Tell us then, your highness, what's this business of yours that's more important than a man's life, eh? Well, out with it. Very well. If only to explain myself to Rowena. Together with my master, I have been conducting research into the manipulation of spiritual and etheric energies in what you call the Near East. Our work has shown that the soul is in fact an agglomeration of specific type of force. This force defines the quiddity of man and makes us who we are. While the soul is indeed inimitable, we believe it possible to create a quasi-soul. Thus, we turned our attention to anima, The self-same force which allows individuals to traverse the live stream via aetherites. By infusing a soul stone with the requisite quantities of aether, this force may be harnessed. Yet after many years of research and experimentation, we have naught to show for it and inert husks of stone. We repeated the process again and again, adjusting every element, but the result was always the same. At length my master declared the project a failure and turned his thoughts to other matters. But I could not give up, not after witnessing the beauty of anima, not after coming so close, and that is why I have journeyed hither to Eorzea. I am certain that with Sharlayan's knowledge of arcane sentries, I can complete my project, and I am also certain that the resilient souls will be worth more to mankind than the ale-soaked disclout that passes for yours. Finished, have ya? Well then, allow me to retort. Seems to me you're a cocked little brat, as speaks a lot without saying aught. You talk like a man of learning, when 'tis plain you're just a boy what's never had a thought of his own, and couldn't even if he tried. Not that you ever would, of course. And why? Because the youth of today can't be bothered to do the ounce of honest work for themselves. No sense of duty. Things get rough and you run for help, leaving a trail of piss in your wake. Do you reckon them scholarly folks from the Sharlayan asked for the answer whenever they got stuck? Not bloody likely, cause they use their bloody brains. Tain't even that hard. If I saw these souls burning out too quick, I'd think about sealing them inside something strong, like a weapon maybe, to keep all that life from escaping. It cost them a bit of freedom, aye, but it'd keep them around for a damn sight longer than you managed. What's more, if the bloody thing really are alive like you say, you'd end up with a weapon what could think for itself, which could be a bloody lethal in the right hands. What do you say to that, you preen little shite? An animal weapon? That is absolute genius. A means not only to preserve created anima, but to employ it. Animal weapons, eh? Aye, that'll sell. Lol. Quite an interesting proposition, Geralt. One that could be quite lucrative. Why not help poor Ardeshir here with his work and see what you can make of it? Help that spineless steak of piss? You're joking, ain't you? Why in the seven hells would I play nursemaid to a watery-eyed brat like him? I was just spouting shy. I didn't really mean none of it. Is that right? Pity. Sounded like something we could have made a good bit of coin out of. Enough to make me forget your debts, like as not. Your debts that I have won't be forgetting otherwise. Change your mind? Good. So, listen, Ardeshir. He may be a drunken bloody fool, but he's also the finest blacksmith in all the realm. No, he's not. If anyone can forge a weapon capable of holding your souls, it's him. And our adventuring friend here, my dear sweet Mithrie, is a well-known hero round these parts. I'm sure she'd love nothing more than to try out your new weapon when it's finished. Ain't that right? Just think of it, you'd be the first of all Eorzea to wield one of these animal weapons, which ain't a bad name now that I come to think of it. Animal weapon. Aye, that'll do. So, now don't be so hasty, Mithrie. This here is fate. What else could have brought the three of you to me at the self-same time, eh? And don't go telling me the thought of a weapon that learns and adapts to combat doesn't interest you, because we both know it does. Geralt, was it? Pray forgive my rudeness earlier. If you truly are the smith she claims, I would be honoured to have your assistance. It's finally stopped raining. And you, Mithrie, I gather you are the perfect candidate to test the weapon once it's complete. Well, this will get me square with Rowena, then I suppose me hammer's yours. But I don't think I'm getting roped into this alone. If I have to forge it, you have to wield it. Thank you, both of you. I promise you will not regret this. Nice to see we're all getting on. Now, you're going to need a place to work, and I know just the spot. Aziz La, the seat of elegant science, floating on high of Balafia's spine. Not that the equipment up there will be any use to you, mind. Only the 12 know how that stuff works. Still, it will keep your prying eyes away until the weapon's ready. I'll arrange for an airship to take you within the day. The fabled Aziz La. I look forward to seeing you there, Mithrie. So apparently it was a boy who looked exactly like a girl. So today is already proving to be more productive than I thought. Geralt's out of my hair, and soon I'll have new merchandise for the House of Splendors, assuming that this ridiculous plan of his works. I'm counting on you, Mithrie. Cool. So... 1 second... Right. So we now need to go to Aziz La. So let's go. And if every single time we need to talk to Geralt, he's standing right next to the Aetheryte, that's going to make doing this relic quest a lot quicker than it was when he was based in North Shroud and we had to run from like... from what's it called? Thingy, I can't even remember what it's called. It's been that long. Volgo Flow. We had to run all the way from Volgo's Flow every time to talk to him. Anyway, so let's talk to him. There's obviously a lot of people starting this quest. So the fabled Aziz La, I heard stories, but who believes such a technological marvel could exist, and floating in the sky of that? If only my master could see me now. But this is not the time for gawping. Come, let us begin our work on the animal weapon. Okay, that's complete. Okay, here's your relic. End of quest. Yay! The animal weapons, a new saga begins, and believe me, it is a saga. So, let's talk. A soul without life. Okay, so Adisha seems eager to bring the anima being, and we'll get an animated whatever, which apparently is like, well, how many item levels less than what I have now? It's 30 item levels less than what I have now. Okay. So client-specific jobs and quests. So some quests will be marked with a blah 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 icon. This indicates that you must play the quest using the same class or job which you accepted it, and that changing classes changing classes or jobs at any time will prevent quest progress. Okay. So the quest is called A Soul Without Life. Like I said, we're doing it on Warrior. So Adishar seems eager to bring anima into being. Changing classes or jobs will prevent progress during this quest. So, I take it you're ready to proceed. Excellent. Gerald has already begun work on the weapon that will serve to contain the anima. The difficulty lies in sustaining the thing long enough for the transfer to take place. But with the appropriate stabilizing materials, I believe it should be possible, provided we act quickly. I've brought several soul stones with me, so you needn't worry about that. I shall see that one is fitted to your weapon. The only needful things I do not currently possess are crystals capable of handling the quantities of Ava required for our work. To be specific, we will need astral and umbral nodules. Would that we were working in Radzahan. I knew of a merchant who sold them. Costly that they were, I was never wanting for supplies. Perhaps Mistress Rowena would know of someone willing to trade. Might you be willing to speak with her on my behalf? No doubt whoever she refers you to will not part with them readily, but I trust you will be able to come up with some manner of arrangement. In the meantime, Geralt and I will finish preparations for the animal weapon. Safe travels, friend. Okay, so let's go to Revenant's Toll this time. Let's go. Right. Whee! You can even do that on the ground. So this is where Rowena was originally based. Let's talk to her. So, well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, how's the anima weapon coming along? I finished it. Yeah, I finished it. So, Astral Umbral modules, might be as Sidoni will have what you're after. She's a jeweler by trade, but her work with crystals is something to behold. Let me tell you that they say she can strip them of elements, charge them with new ones, even make them out of thin air. If you believe such a thing, I can't vouch for the rumors myself, but her prophets say plenty. She can be a bit picky about clients, but you being the warrior of light and all, I'm sure your sparkling reputation will catch her eye, like the crystals she's so fond of. If you go upstairs, you'll find her out on the terrace. Okay. So the question is going to be as well, will I trade in my because I had the Bard Zeta. Will I trade that in to skip the first part of this quest? And I'll be perfectly honest, I probably won't. I'll just do it the way it's supposed to be done, like the full quest. Okay, so let's talk to Sidoni. Or Sidnoni, or whatever her name is. So, the Warrior of Light. What a pleasant surprise. No need to be alarmed, my dear. It is my business to know all of Eorzea's treasures, be they material or mortal. But tell me, of what do I owe the pleasure? Astral and Umbral modules, my. I see you a woman of unusual tastes. Might I ask what you plan to do with such curious crystals? So, an essence akin to the soul. I suppose such peculiar work would call for crystals as equally peculiar. Well, you were wise to seek me out. I've dedicated my life to the study of crystals, and I cannot bear the thought of knowing there are crystals I cannot procure. Mind you, there are no mere baubles or trinkets you ask of me. Crystals of such purity are not easily come by. But to also be so rich in astral and umbral aspected energies. Still, with the proper materials, I believe it can be done. It will require a great deal of aether, obviously, and a specific persuasion. I am informed that when a man falls in battle, a residual energy hangs in the aether, long after his spirit has returned to the life stream. This energy can infuse crystals in the vicinity with a purity not seen in nature, a purity essential for what you desire. What I can use these crystals, luminous crystals I call them, to imbue empty ones with astral and umbral energies necessary to create what you seek. I'll require crystals of every element, no less than 3 of each. They will not be easy to come by, of that I can assure you. You will likely have to scour every elm of Eorzea to find them. She's like, damn it. However, there may be one other way to acquire the Aether we need. It requires something of a rarer sort, something more precious than luminous crystals. So as I mentioned before, it's my business to know all of Eorzea's treasures, and if the rumours are true, there exist certain weapons of legend said to have supped on the souls of countless enemies. In fact, a certain great hero who wields one of these weapons is supposedly working with a young researcher somewhere beyond the Sea of Clouds. Though this is only what I have heard, I will not hold you to ransom on the strength of mere hearsay. Even so, if the rumours of these weapons are not so easily dismissed, the embodiments of war, veritable reservoirs of soul energy. If you were in possession of such a weapon, creating these astral and umbral nodules will be as child's play. Or you could simply collect the requisite luminous crystals. I will assist you all the same. I leave the choice in your famously capable hands. Okay? So, players who possess Zodiac Weapon Zeta may exchange it for both Astral and Umbral nodules. Excalibur Zeta must be exchanged together with the Aegis Shield Zeta. Please note, however, that the Zodiac Weapon Zeta will be lost upon completing the exchange. Alternatively, players can acquire the Astral and Umbral modules in exchange for elementally aspected luminous crystals. These crystals may be obtained at low probability by participating in fates in certain areas. Luminous wind crystals can be obtained from fates in the Sea of Clouds. Luminous fire crystal can be obtained from fates in Aziz La. Luminous lightning crystals may be obtained from fates in Churning Mists. Luminous ice crystal can be obtained from fates in Corvus Western Highlands. Luminous earth crystals can be obtained from fates in Dravanian Forelands. Luminous water crystals can be obtained from fates in Dravanian Hinterlands. Basically, you can obtain crystals in every single zone of the expansion. Players will receive the Astral Nodule exchange for 3 luminous wind, fire, and lightning crystals. Players will receive Unrural nodules in exchange for these 3 ice, earth, and water crystals. Luminous crystals may be obtained at a low probability by participating in the aforementioned phase with any class or job, regardless of level. This information can be reviewed in your journal or by speaking with Sidoni at any time. So it just means that I can farm all the crystals I need as a Dark Knight, just so the EXP of the Fate is not wasted. Given my Dark Knight is 56. Cool. So, let's see. Deliver the Astral blah 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 nodule to Azizla. Okay. I mean, I don't have any. Is it gonna, like, demand I turn in my Zeta? Okay. I wonder if I should put my Zeta back in my... Welcome back, Mithrie. We're able to acquire what we need. Yeah, I need my Zeta because I need to. My bard is still level 50. So I'm gonna actually put the. Let's go back to Revenant's Toll. Yeah, let's go back to her And let's try and say to her, like, I ain't giving up my bow. If we can. So what I'm going to do is, for now, I'm going to put my bow away. Just to, like, kind of protect it. Oop, no, retainer's full. Because like I said, my bard is still level 50, so like, I want it. I spent forever and a day earning that Zeta, so I'm not going to give it up willingly. Not without a fight, you know what I mean? So, let's see. Damn it. All my retainers are flipping full. I craft too much, as you guys know. Okay, is this one full? And this retainer's full as well, damn it. Every retainer's flipping full. Okay, that retainer's got one space. Go me. So, let us do... Goes that. Okay, Zeta. There you go. The Zeta's now in our bags and is well protected. So, let's see. So... Interesting. So basically, I'm obviously... No way ever am I going to film doing all the fates in all the zones of the expansion. Not a chance. But let's talk to her again, shall we? So I've devoted my life to the treasure, blah, no, I require. So offer luminous crystals. So, you no doubt each node requires a different mixture of crystals. Which do you have for me? Okay, so if I go out and now collect the crystals, so free wind, free fire, free lightning, free ice, free earth, free water, then I can buy the nodule from her. Or, from her, I can offer my Zeta weapon, which I obviously don't have on me, and get them both for the Zeta, which I'm obviously not going to do. So, anyway guys, that's it. That's how you start the relic quest for the animal weapons. And when I have all of the crystals required to buy the items, we will continue the quest. When? Who knows? Who knows how long it's going to take, because it is basically now... I don't know how it is compared to Atma, but it's like Atma 2.0. So, anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie. Okay guys, so, like I said, for whatever... Ooh, hello. Now my interface has come back for no reason whatsoever. It was like not working earlier one, but now it's working. So, let's see. ADS Mithrie, what does that mean? Okay. So I need 3 of each crystal. Yay. So... Huh. Break the money thingies. Didn't realize you were doing a recording, so... No, it's no problem. It's like... what you said in the chat was useful to me, because I was reading what you said. I wasn't answering. So... Okay, so... Basically... I need to farm out these crystals, don't I? So, let's try and farm some. So, what zone shall we start in? Does Western Highlands actually count? Sea of Cloud, Western Highlands for ice. So let's do Western Highlands and see if we can get some crystals. I'm assuming, given it's a quest requirement, that, let's see, get a random 3.0 bow, almost as good in the free dungeon. I know, but it's the value of the bow, because if I choose to do this quest again, obviously I won't, but if I did, then, you know, the amount of work that went into getting the... Ooh, there's a lot of fakes going on. getting the Zeta is just, it's not, I'm not prepared to throw that away. I'm sorry. You know, it's like, I spent forever and a day getting that flippin' Zeta. It felt like a lifetime to get it, so I'm going to keep it as is. Good, 26%, 19. Let's try and get to this fate first, if we can. Then get there. So there's like 5 fates going on as well, because obviously the fate spawns based on how many people are doing fates, how quickly they're being killed, so... Turn in your Zeta. No! Never. I'm gonna do this the way it's supposed to be done. I'm gonna do it the hard and annoying way. If I get frustrated doing this, then sure, I will turn into flippin' Zeta. But for now, I'm gonna just be stupid. Level sync. Damn it. Have I got my chocobo? No, my chocobo's stable. Damn it. I need to go get my chocobo, I think. I think this is a bit easier. I might as well, because it will level up my chocobo as well. I am very happy, as said, get them from any zone. You can glamour it back if you miss a look. It's the principle, you know. I spent months getting the flippin' Zeta, the actual item. I'm not gonna give that away. I spent millions of gil in materia to get the stats I wanted on it. Wow. I might have to see if there's like any fate parties going on. Hey Ash? Well, you can get yours, yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's just... I'm not prepared to throw it away. Not after the amount of work that went into it. Okay. Well, that's useful. We killed 2 mobs, which weren't even part of the fate. We clever. When I hit 57-ish, I can then upgrade my Dark Knight, like 60 item levels or something. Hi Roberto, how you doing? Hello, welcome. By the way, welcome to any new subscribers who subscribed during those episodes. I know I was filming for flipping ages. So sorry about that. So the pop-up should happen in a sec. Yeah, I think we did get like more than 10 subscribers while I was filming that, so I'm sorry that I didn't, what's it called? Now the thing is for me, like, this won't take that long, because I will probably be watching movies, be doing whatever while doing this. And once I have them all, then I'll just film the next part. I know some people said it took them like 6 hours to get all 12. So that's like 2 an hour, which is not that bad, really. So, Buddy Adams, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the live stream. Thank you very much. Like I said, guys, sorry and hello to any new subscribers. Because I was recording, that's why the pop-up wasn't working. Yeah. I hear you, Zero, I hear you. It's just, let's be honest. 3.2 is probably 4 or 5 months away, so I might as well take my time. Okay, after this fate, I'm gonna go get my thingy. My chocobo. Because I swear, I'll be leveling up my chocobo at the same time, so I might as well. So we're going to try for 20 minutes. If we don't get one in 20 minutes, then we're not going to bother for the rest of the day. And tomorrow, I'm not playing 14. I'm not playing 14 till next Tuesday. Because, what's the point? So, I will be playing, I think GTA Online tomorrow, maybe? So, thanks for streaming here. Twitch is blocked. Oh, really? What's wrong with Twitch? Is it because of your country or just is not working on your connection? Okay, let's fetch my chocobo. Yep. So I got my chocobo to Gaku. And let's go back to Falcon's Nest. Let's see. I got one from the first fate, and now I've gone an hour without getting another. Damn it. I was just blocked from my place of work. Ah, you're being cheeky then. Oh dear, oh dear. There's my chocobo. Thank God they finally made it that you can summon any mount, even when your chocobo companion is out. Finally. Psst. Let's check the party finder, see if there's any fate parties going on. Dravanian. North Western Highlands, Fates, and... Oh, let me dismiss my chocobo first. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, Togaku. Damn it. Some party finder. Western Highlands. Join. Uh-huh. So where are they? Boom. Boom-be-doom. Okay, is there fate down here? Uh-huh. Ooh. Didn't realize how many people there were. Damn it! Or this like a multi-part fate. The grind is real, right? So Mustafa says, I like dick. Good for you, man. I'm happy for you. You love that dick. Right. Okay, let's kill this. Let's see. Let's try it. So the aim, it's like yesterday when I was doing Dark Souls. Like my only target yesterday was to kill one Dark Knight. My aim for today is to get one crystal out of 12. That's my target. Let's see if we can get one. Oh, this grind isn't anything. Wait until third phase. Yay. I probably won't be playing. It's like my schedule for the rest of the week is like tomorrow I'm playing GTA Online. Friday I'm playing Rocket League with the sponsors. Saturday I'm playing Fallout 4 all day. Sunday I'm playing GTA 5 all day. So I'm not going to have any time to play this game. Maybe Monday or Tuesday I'll play again. 18. I thought it was 3 of each of the crystals. Isn't it 3 of each? So like 12 total? I mean, obviously, them saying, oh, you need to do Fate in every zone is to favor players leveling up. So, is it like before with the Atmos that you just get like a symbol to say you've collected it? Okay. Rip. Pops up on screen. Okay. I meant the 6 type, 3 of each is 18. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I'm good at maths. Very right, very right. Damn it, I suck. What is kind of sad about this, it makes me very sad really, is that I got more viewers, more consistent, more curious views in the live stream yesterday playing Dark Souls than I do getting this game. The game I'm known for. The game I've got nearly 20,000 subscribers for. You know, so it's like, I hope things recover. Because when Heavensward first launched, I was getting like 10,000 views a day when Heavensward launched. And now it's like, I'm getting 270 views an hour, which is just sad. So like yesterday when I live streamed Dark Souls, I was getting 310 views an hour, and I'm not exactly good at Dark Souls. And Dark Souls is not a new game either. So well. Everyone's trying to get new relics. Yeah, I guess. Just something to do. But it's just an excuse to level old classes as well. I think having 1 billion people doing this Fate so won't necessarily speed them up. Because everyone's doing it on low level classes. At least there's 1 million Fates spawned. At least they fixed that problem. Okay. So we're at 0 of 18 so far. Let's go this way. Oop. Let's not. Let's go that way. That one's up 42%. They upgraded the video manager and broke it. I like it when you play Tomb Raider, GTA 5 and Fallout 4. That's cool. I mean, I am planning as well to play the Rise of the Tomb Raider because apparently it comes out next month. So I am really looking forward to that. That's going to be awesome. The reboot of Tomb Raider. If you haven't played Tomb Raider 2013, the new Tomb Raiders, play them. They're absolutely fantastic. They show how, you know, Lara turned from this innocent explorer into the hot pants, dual pistol wielding crazy lady that she is, and that we know her as. It shows her growth, so which is really, really cool. Oh, my Chocobo, by the way. Yeah, my Chocobo is ranked 17. So three levels to go. You have to remember as well, the fates get harder the more you complete them. Yeah, I know. The more people there are and such. Okay, I got a silver for that. Good game. Not. Okay. We are going to give this... We're going to give this another 10 minutes. If we don't get one in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to just stop for the day. And like I said, I don't know when I'm going to have time to do this grind, because I'm always, if I'm not at work, I'm always live streaming a different game. So, and I don't think people really want to see me grinding Fates forever. Okay. Dark side. And the thing is, there is no deadline for doing this. No one says you have to do it now. I've already got a 200 weapon, which I can in theory upgrade. How many have you got so far? 0. I just started. Huh. At least I got that story quest out of the way, because remember I said how important that was to do. To be honest, with how slow this fate is, I'm gonna just not do it. I think this will be the last fate for today. And I'll upload the videos, the first part of the Relic quest and that story video that I recorded. And then tomorrow we're playing GTA 5 online all night. Friday we're playing Rocket League, so if you're interested in taking part in Rocket League, then just come along if you have it. You can join even if you're not a sponsor, but sponsors will take priority, so if there's more than 3 sponsors, then they'll have all the spots. It was really fun last week when we played it. And then Saturday, like I said, I'm playing Fallout 4 all day. It's just what I do on Saturdays, and I'm playing GTA all on Sunday, because again, that's usually what I do on Sundays. I don't know how you guys ever feel about it, if you've ever played it, but what do you guys think about CSGO, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive? Has anyone ever played it? Is it any good? Killing Taruffalo and White Truffles making me hungry. Names of yummy desserts, yep. Gotta go, kids awake, have fun. Okay, baby, take care. Nice to see you again, by the way, it's been a while. So yeah, by the way guys, if you're interested, then be sure to become a sponsor. The sponsor button is the equivalent of the pay subscribe button on Twitch for YouTube. I was one of the first 3 people on YouTube to ever get it. So if you like what I do and you've liked what I've done for a while and stuff, then you can be a sponsor today and you'll learn perks. So on Christmas Day I'm doing a giveaway of either an Amazon gift card or a Steam voucher or something like that. Language 0, language. And yeah, filled with 10 to 15 year olds and Russians. Is that a bad thing? What's wrong with Russians? But the what's it called? Yeah, so if you like what I do and you want to support me, I would very much appreciate it. We have like nearly 30 sponsors already. So be part of the revolution. There's not only Twitch anymore, there's now YouTube Gaming, and we're going to make it one of the real players in the gaming market. I don't want Twitch to die, believe me, I want Twitch to stay. But I also want YouTube to be a great success. Just so people have a choice. They don't have to stick to Twitch if they don't want to. And we'll see in the future how it develops, like how it goes in the future and stuff. Okay, well that one's dead. I feel like these fates might over balance themselves. That many people. They should try and make it that, you know, it will still take. Can't believe I've gone 3 levels just grinding this stuff. Oh dear. So someone in the group has got 3 levels just grinding all day on fates. Oh, I'm tanking apparently, who knew? Okay, so be 5 more than I'm done. Oh, cool. So, right, that took way too long. But yeah, look how many people there are doing face, guys. This is actually crazy. Huh. Well, like I said, it won't be interesting viewing for me to just do hours and hours of fates, and I can't be bothered to do either. So I'll just do it with time, as I did before. Because when it came to the Zeta, I did it over a couple of 2 or 3 months. You know, I didn't, because there's some people who will try. What's it called? There's some people who will try and get this done in the next couple of days and farm it like 24 hours a day. I can't do that. I haven't got the patience for that. And also I have work, so. Okay, what's the time? Yeah, I think this will be the last fate, guys, and this will also be the end of the stream. It'll give me time, like, if I want to watch a movie with the family or whatever else, and I'll just upload the 2 episodes I recorded today in the meantime. So, nearly done. And in terms of the patch, that's it. We've done everything. You know, work on the relic, do all the new story quests, we've done them all. That's it. You know, it's like... But then again, it was a very tiny patch, so... I'll probably be back more... Not full time, but I'll be back a lot more in 14, probably, when 3.2 launches. And I need to throw in the Carpenter power level at some point as well, because I do now have 100 leads on blue. So I need to do the Carpenter one. And then when they recharge, do the Armorer one, and then he will be Grandmaster of the Hand. Okay. So yay, we got 0. Woo, 0. Yay, progress. Not. So after run Mithrie, great show. See you next time. Okay, Gold 2 Blacks. Thank you for being a sponsor, by the way. Thank you very much. Welcome to the family. So let's leave. So anyway, guys, I did like what 3 or 4 fates. I got nothing, so I'm not going to waste my time with it. So eventually, when I have it all, then we will do the next part of the Relic quest. So anyway, like I said, tomorrow we're playing Grand Theft Auto Online. Friday we're playing Rocket League with sponsors, so if you're interested, become a sponsor today, take part. And also there's a giveaway Christmas Day for the sponsors. And on Saturday we're playing Fallout 4 all day. I need to do more exploring, more base building, stuff like that. On Sunday again we're playing GTA 5 all day. And then Monday, maybe Monday, I will play... No, actually no, Monday I'll play Dark Souls. And then Tuesday, reset day, I will play Final Fantasy XIV again. So, like I said, guys, if there was more content for 14, then I will play it more often. But there is not enough content currently to take me away from all the other awesome games I'm playing right now. So, anyway, guys, that's it for this live stream. Thank you for watching. And as always, goodbye from me. And goodbye from Mithrie. Bye, guys.